welcome to Chrome Talkies. So, you've represented India on the world stage for decades, where the tricolor is seen as the most prominent symbol of your presence, right, sir? So, a flag to live and die for. It sounds so nice. A flag to live and die for. You trace the journey of this cloth from a simple political idea to a national soul, right? Is the flag merely a piece of fabric?
Certainly not.
Or for a diplomat, or is it the silent communicator?
Not just for a diplomat. I think for any Indian, the tricolor cannot be just an ordinary piece of fabric. And that's why the book is called A Flag to Live and Die For. These are in fact Mahatma Gandhi's words.
Yeah.
And he felt the need when he saw when the nation was rising against colonialism, there was a need of a symbol which would give further momentum to that movement. And he thought of several symbols. First, of course, he thought of the khadi, he thought of the charkha, and then he realized that, before him also there were other flags, but the idea had already come in the beginning of the 20th century that the flag is necessary as a communicator of protest, a communicator of resistance.
Yes.
Because that time we were not an independent country.
Yeah.
So you had to, we are thinking in the flag as a symbol of protest and resistance. And that is how the flag evolved through several iterations. And later on, of course, today, you mentioned a role as a diplomat. And of course, in independent India, as a sovereign country, the flag takes a different meaning. It's a marker of sovereignty.
Right.
It's a marker of your national identity. It's not a marker of resistance or protest. Right? So then it becomes a mark of sovereignty, and a lot of emotion is attached to it. People fight over the honor of the flag. The soldiers at the border fight under the flag. When you are away from home, the sight of the Indian tricolor brings tears to your eyes. So it is a very important and a potent symbol.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You can see those two lovely flags out there on the road as you see them. But I had the opportunity of hoisting the flag in Doon on the 26th at the Taj, which is a private get-together. But it was all goosebumps.
Yes.
Every time. And when you hear the anthem and the flag, it does bring tears. And
it does. It is a very...
Right.
And that is the power of the flag.
That is the power of the flag.
Because it's not just a piece of cloth. It's when you see the flag going up, it's your history of your country. It's the sacrifices that have gone into making this country, into getting our independence. It's the kind of people have, got hanged, people have got killed, people have got flogged for the honor of this flag. Yes. And it's also aspirational, because when it goes up, it's not just the past, it's also the future. Yes. What the country can achieve, what the country should achieve, that all gets combined in that moment of emotion.
It does. I couldn't agree more with you. So let's talk on Zafarnama. On Zafarnama, Zafarnama is a letter written by Guru Gobind Singh to
Emperor Aurangzeb.
Aurangzeb, right? In your translation, you bring out the Guru's fearlessness, right? How does a spiritual leader's victory over the soul compare to the nation's victory of sovereignty? How is that symbolized by the flag?
Well, it's, first let me tell you the Zafarnama, and then we can see. The Zafarnama is a letter, but it's a letter of great courage. It's written in Persian verse, 111 verses, and it was written as an indictment of Aurangzeb's empire, its hollowness, its moral vacuity, its lack of morality in both in war and in peace. Because for all practical purposes, Guru Gobind Singh had been defeated. His sons had been killed. He was, but he had been defeated by deceit. They had given a false promise on the Quran and then broken the promise. And so he indicts him by saying, what is the use of this kind of victory? And what is the use that if you've killed 4 of my sons, how does it matter? There is my entire people are still there. And this, if you regard this as a victory, then you're not worth anything. You're not a true emperor.
Yeah.
So that is the statement, that is the courage in the Zafarnama.
Yeah.
So, in a way, if you're trying to relate it to the flag, I think there is the spirit of sacrifice here.
Yeah.
The flag, the saffron color, for instance, in the flag, has been interpreted in terms of sacrifice, detachment, courage.
Yeah.
So there you see.
So it must getting a common flag. So this is basically a flag to live and die for. Many Indians believe that the tricolor appeared fully formed, but there would have been many iterations, which your book also highlights.
Yes, the flag as we have it today was not born fully formed. There were early protest flags. There were protest flags at the time of the partition of Bengal in 1905, 1906. The flag was first unfurled in Calcutta. There were other flags.
And that was a different type.
It was different colors, different combinations. You see it all in my book. Then Sister Nivedita made a flag of her own. Madam Kama made a flag of her own, and Madam Kama's flag was the first one which was unfurled abroad. She unfurled it at Stuttgart in the Second International Socialist Conference. And there was a Home Rule League flag by Annie Besant and Tilak.
Yeah.
And then there was the first flag which Gandhiji approved, and that was the Swaraj flag. That was also not what we see today.
Okay.
It had different colors. It had white, green, and red.
Right.
And it had a charkha in the middle, going through all the 3 colors.
Right.
And that was the flag for about 10 years. And that was Gandhiji's flag. It was not even the Congress flag. Then the Congress approved a flag which was saffron, white, and green, like we see today. But instead of the chakra, it had the charkha. And for 20 years almost, from 1931 to 1947, 16 years, that was the flag.
Oh.
And then in the Constituent Assembly in 1947, the design that you see today was approved.
Wow, I get goosebumps thinking about it, because we've always taken the flag for granted. It's always been like that.
It's gone through a lot of debate, a lot of discussion, a lot of changes.
You've already spoken about the Madam Kama moment. From the chakra to the chakra, right? That was
from the charkha to the chakra.
Charkha to the chakra.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. One of the most significant shift was the transition from the Gandhian charkha, the spinning wheel, to the Ashoka chakra, right? So how did this change the philosophy of the flag?
This in a way it's not changed according to the Constituent Assembly debates. Although the charkha is replaced by the chakra, the Constituent Assembly debates and Pandit Nehru's long intervention in that says that the charkha is very much there. Only it's a different depiction of the charkha. The values of the charkha are there, and you're seeing the wheel of the charkha. You're not seeing the rest of it. Also, they said it is the chakra. It's a symbol of, came from the Sarnath capital of Ashoka. It is the law of dharma, the wheel of dharma. It is the wheel, it showed progress. So there was a shift in philosophy from, the Gandhian view of Swaraj is to be found, true Swaraj will be found in India's villages, to a symbol for a modern, homogeneous, progressive country which we wanted to build. So in some ways there was a shift, but nobody ever said that we have removed the charkha. So they made this explanation. It was quite an interesting take on this whole thing.
Which which one color of the tricolor would resonate most with you, if at all?
Well, I don't want to pick and choose the colors. The flag becomes the flag when you have all 3 colors together.
The flag becomes, so they're all incomplete. They all go together, and that's what creates the magic. The most forgotten hero of Indian history,
of the flag.
To do with the flag,
There is a man called Pingali Venkayya.
Yeah.
Pingali Venkayya was the man who made lots of designs of the flag. He was passionate about the flag. He had a booklet with 24 designs, which he kept chasing Mahatma Gandhi with, saying that please, let's get on and make a flag.
Yeah.
He was the true hero of the Indian flag. Unfortunately, we recognized him too late. We recognized him 50 years later after his death.
Yes.
And we have 2 postage stamps in his honor. But he died in penury in, I think, 1963.
You've answered my next. I was going to ask you that is there any piece of Indian history that you think that is missed and deserves a Bollywood or a Hollywood epic? I think the flag itself.
Well, the flag,
creation of
yes.
the flag itself.
The flag comes in many Indian Bollywood movies.
But
But,
the entire
we have to not just understand it as bit of jingoism,
Yeah.
as bit of ultra-nationalism.
Yes.
You have to think of the flag as in terms of what it has come through, how it came, the debates. That enriches
The sacrifice.
and the debates and how the country came together.
Yeah. That's amazing. And what all pain our forefathers got. The flag actually brings us together.
That's
it tells
true.
us we are part of the same thing.
That's
Diplomacy or literature, which leaves a more prominent footprint?
Well, if it's good literature, then I would say that leaves a more permanent
Your book?
footprint because it goes beyond generations.
Yes.
Diplomacy is important. It's important, but it is of the moment, it is of a certain time.
Yeah.
100 years later, it
Yeah.
becomes a historical episode.
Yeah.
But if the good piece of literature
Yeah.
will live for a very long time.
Awesome. I agree with you, Mr. Sarna. It's a pleasure. And this was a great experience for me. I'll tell you why. Because all the chats, we're in this small, very limited media cocoon. And all our conversations are about advertising, about ratings, about data. This was a good experience for me chatting with you into something which is much bigger, the flag. So
Thank you
it's
so
been
much.
a pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.